Which is so fun though, because, and that's what a lot of people don't understand even about entrepreneurship, and the fact that we might work, a lot more hours than that 50 or 60-hour work week that you did before. And yet there's so much component of excitement, of unknown, and people can look at that as a fear-based thing, but we're looking at it as a faith-based thing, to be able to say, God, I see the vision, I see what's coming to fruition, I see what the hard work, and yet the joy aspects of what you provide in sustenance every single day by showing up in our calling, showing up on purpose, showing up with purpose and on mission. And I love that you've like unlocked that. And then that's also what you do for other people. It's very synonymous to me. So talk through the evolution of working for entrepreneurs in conjunction with the churches.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like my God-given mission and vision is to partner with people to see the full manifestation of who they've been called to be here on earth. And I feel like in the church world, they struggle with that just as much, because there's either elements of like false humility, or there's elements of working yourself to death and like for the glory, for the church, or whatever the case may be. And so it's like I have this like bleeding heart and compassion to partner with church leaders so that they can operate in a healthy capacity of like mind, body, soul, and spirit, because I'm so tired of seeing so many dead bodies of people that have been hurt by the church to the left and to the right, because at the end of the day, people are human. And it's like, man, it's like in the one human moment, like I always talk to people, it's like, what about if we were just trusted to be in that one human moment with someone? Like, and that's okay, because then we get to accept that we're all human again,
Yeah.
and like that's the common ground, and that leaders aren't perfect, and pastors aren't perfect, and ministries aren't perfect. But what would it look like the more that we talk about this, and the more that we give grace and space to it? And then it's the same thing as I'm working with 7 to 8 figure entrepreneurs, in the amount of like pressure that
Yeah.
is, to get to the next level, and what that looks like, and to prove, that you can continue to do it in some way, shape, or form, and to never, and I know that you and I have probably experienced this at some point as leaders, and you're pioneering a trail and not totally feeling like someone truly understands the call that you have in your heart. And so there are times that you don't feel safe to actually be able to just let go and sit in that, because it's like, well, nobody else really understands like what I'm pioneering, and so I just have to go at this alone. And it's like, what would it look like if we had like all these people that would like come alongside of us and support us, and knowing that you have that God mission and vision on your life. And so it's like, if I can provide spaces to do that, if I can be that person to do that, regardless of what it looks like. Sometimes it looks very like untraditional, in that like I'm coming in to help an entrepreneur grow and nurture their community. But at the end of the day, like I see myself as a God assignment to be able to be like, hey, you're safe, and you can expand and you can grow into like all the capacity and the mission and vision that God's put on your heart. But I'm also here to like let you know, like, it's okay to like sit out for a second and just
That
like
is real.
pray and worship,
Yeah.
or whatever the case
Yeah.
is, and get a download from God, and that the pressure's off. And if I can help shoulder some of that, so that you can run at your full capacity, then I know you're going to do the same for me at some point, as I'm doing the same,
Yeah. I feel peace even just hearing you say all of those things. One, to know that there is a heart set out there, and a headset out there, that God has given you something so unique and divine, because I get the opportunity to kind of teeter between that pastoral realm and that business realm a lot. And I see full-fledgedly what you're saying about the pastors who are stuck in that identity. And then I see the entrepreneurs who are stuck in that identity. And it's like this bridging that God wants us to be able to do and bring to life, that you can live in purpose. You can live with this massive vision and call, and you can actually create prosperity and abundance through it. But in that pursuit, surely comes what feels like the mantle and the weight of the world, and every community member associated to it. And you do feel like you're treading upstream and like carrying all these people behind you. And at some point, you're like, when do I breathe? Like, when do I take a beat? When does this happen? And yet, because we feel like we're in the forefront of the vision, who's going to carry that mantle when we go take a nap? Who's going to carry that mantle when we decide, I'm going to take a little bit of a space on this concept for a little bit and see what happens.